Okay, Voice in the Wilderness with Lad from the Woods. Welcome back, everyone. It's still Thursday, September 16th, and we got another video to do. And again, we're going back to COVID and vaccines. And I want to talk about the booster thing that everybody's got a claw up their ass about, okay? Have you all forgotten that the reason why we get influenza A and B every year is because that's like a booster? Okay, tetanus shot that you get every 5 years or 10 years, that's a booster. Okay, there's lots of boosters that we get, and for something like the Pfizer and stuff, it doesn't surprise me in the very fucking least that we're going to need boosters. I fully expect that'll start happening every October here, at least in Canada or my area. That's when they give it to us here. You know, people that take the vaccination. I do because of my health issues. I would anyways. I mean, before I always took the vaccination. I study science and check things. Other people don't, that's their business, but I do. So that's why I get my vaccination. But I'm not going to sit in judgment, as I said in another video. That's not my place. And I respect the sanctity of the human body and the person, whether I agree or not. So anyways, so I don't know why people are acting so surprised. Let me explain something, and you guys can go look this up. Every year in October, and they do this throughout the year before, I guess, they'll check when it's winter down in the southern half of the hemisphere to see which influenza A or B or whichever kind it is running through the population down there. So that kind of gives them like, okay, looks like that's where we'll head now when things start heading in fall up in the northern hemisphere. You know, here in Canada, United States, England, Europe, you know, China. I think, yeah, most of China is in the, yeah, Russia, anyways. So the flu season comes up here, you know, opposite to them. So that gives the scientists up here an advantage to go, okay, this is... So anyway, they'll go, okay, we think it's going to be a B season, so let's manufacture a lot of B. Well, if they do that, it takes them like a year to get it all together. And come October, you can ask, which one am I getting? No, we're going with the B this year. Okay. Now, what you got to understand, that's a 50-50 chance. 50% chance that you're going to get the influenza flu bug shot. You got a 50-50 chance of them being wrong. So suppose I get influenza A, but it's influenza. It turns out that we get influenza A up here for some reason instead of what they predicted. Well, that means if I get exposed to someone, that it's a good chance that my shot isn't going to help me at all. C'est la vie on that one. Up here in Canada, we don't pay for these things. It's all part of our health care up here. Unfortunately, you Americans are getting screwed on that. Anyway, but so they can be 50% wrong. I take the chance every year that they're wrong, even when they could be wrong, is because, again, if I get regular flu, it can be as bad for someone in my health, okay, as anything else. I'm meaning like flus or SARS or COVID or whatever. You know, I tend to be very to do with my lungs. I don't have it, but you know, where you're coughing all the time, begins with the letter B. I used to have it all the time. My mother used to say that when I was smoking cigarettes, but I don't have that. And even smoking the weed, I don't have that and anymore. But you know, it's stuff like that that can kill me as well. And a lot of people like me. Then you get people like my mother's age, you know, let's say, you know, I'm 58. So let's say 75, 80 years and up, a regular flu can kill them real fucking quick. And so, you know, and if the doctor's wrong, or not doctors, if the scientists are wrong, well, then that's what happens. It's not something that they can control, unfortunately, not as of yet. Maybe someday there'll be some kind of technology they can. They're always working on that shit. That's how mRNA came about. And that shit's going to be a miracle. I'm telling you, people. Like, you don't know what these guys are going to be able to do. And the timing was bad, obviously, with COVID. But it was also the right time to say, okay, we've got this new stuff. We're pretty fucking solid on the technology, blah, 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 blah. Yes, there are a few risks, which they did. But you're probably not going to be bothered with it. And so it's new technology. And But this new technology is going to be able to be purposed for a whole lot of things. Okay. And if you read the articles, go to university papers, there's things in favor and there's things not in favor. But right now, we're in the biggest fucking test tube that a race and species can go through. We had to do this or we would have lost probably everybody, or maybe we will, not everybody, but let's say this went on for another year and the other vaccines from AstraZeneca and them didn't come out or whatever, or they're not working very well, whatever. A lot of people going to die. So they had to rush it out, and you made that choice. I made the choice, and what? I'll take the risk. There's lots of things that can kill me far worse than that. These could. Lightning strike out here, the air that I breathe, I prove that. I'm fishing on Georgian Bay and I'm breathing smoke from BC, California, and Northern Ontario, for fuck's sakes. And my throat was raw and, not happy. But, you people that live in the city, I don't need to tell you. You walk down the street during rush hour, tell me how good your air is then. Especially on a cold day, like when it's here in Canada, minus 20, that shit just sits there. It doesn't go nowhere. You're walking through that and breathing that. And that's far worse for you than anything that mRNA shot will ever do to you. Okay? Yeah, we might get the odd guy that has a cardio infraction or 10 people. But that's out of millions and now soon to be billions if they keep going. And Pfizer has to improve. So I'm certain they've got a crew that's working on, okay, we're going to have version 2 and version 3. Maybe, but they say, okay, well, we've got more time to do shit with this. Okay? Yeah, they're about profit. Yes, they're pharmaceutical giants, and most of them, 99.9% of them, are idiots, and we shouldn't trust them. But we don't have a choice in this situation. Okay? And I'm glad that they made the shit. And I'm glad I took it, because it means that I feel more safe to go out and not pollute my mother. Not saying it's perfect. I wear my mask when I go around my mother because I could be a carrier. But the minute she gets her shot, I don't have to do that. Neither does she anymore. Okay. And but again, we go back to people deciding on their own. So it's very common with all these injections and things. I take an injection every week. I self-inject something called Ozempic that's new. It's not like a real needle. I couldn't probably do that myself. I never did needles when I partied and shit either. It's too much for me, man. Yet I can fly an ATV down off a cliff, and I have done it, and rolled down backwards, and just about killed myself. Near killed myself with my Harley. That wasn't my fault, but anyway. But no, I mean, it's risky, right? So I'm glad I took it. And I'm glad that Pfizer is saying, okay, we might need to say a booster, because that will tell them, okay, if we're going to have to do a booster every 6 months, sure, we'll line our pockets, but then there's other issues. Okay. So, for them, it's better once a year, time to manufacture it, time to keep things running for other upcoming viruses and everything else. And like I say, I'm not for these people. I think they're all criminals. But right now we have to deal with the criminals. People say, we deal with criminals. Well, you New York City people, your whole city ran by the mob since the 1910s, and you guys had to deal with them for lots of things. And don't tell me you didn't. It's all in the history books, people. And they knew it. You knew it. Yet everybody let it happen, right? So sometimes criminals can do what other people can't. And right now, the criminal pharmaceutical industries that overcharge America and everything are the people that can do it. And, Pfizer comes out on top because, they're not Johnson & Johnson with dirty factories and all this other stuff. So, yeah, if I have to get another one, my 6 months would be this year will be in October, same time as my flu shot. And so they probably will give me a booster then. If not, okay, I'll wait. But I mean, they'll get it to where we only need a booster every year. But you're going to have to get a booster. It's a flu. They put all the fancy, scary names, CNN and all them, but it's a fucking flu. It's a serious fucking flu. Okay? Flu can give you pneumonia. That's fucking serious. COVID is like that and worse. But it's a flu at the end of the day. That's why lots of people get it, come through it, and off they go. And they've got their antibiotics and whatever. And yeah. So don't freak out about these people. These boosters, I fully expected that. I said that from the start, even before they manufactured them. I said they'll be doing boosters. They've got to fine tune things, and right now we're a big test tube, and they need, normally they go do tests and all that other stuff. They have years to do that to put something through, and then when I say years. Wegovy, which is the weight loss drug that you Americans just approved, the FDA, I talked to my doctor today, and she's telling me that we're usually 7 years behind in our studies with the Americans. So I may not see Wegovy in this country for another 7 years. I could be dead by then. Go look it up, Wegovy, especially for people that are overweight. It's not a cure for overweight people, but it's definitely going to keep you alive a lot longer, cause you to lose weight. And my battery's too low now. Okay, fuck's sakes. I was charging the GoPro. Okay. Oh, is this right? No. Okay. There we go. Sorry, it's charging now. So I fully expect that. I think I need a booster soon, actually, for my tetanus. And, tetanus, people, okay? And, anybody that's worked around rusty stuff, you didn't get your tetanus shot, you know what can happen. And there's people out there that don't have their tetanus shot, and they're not aware. Well, the doctors make them aware, and they do have to choose. So anyways, yeah, don't buy into that nonsense, okay? All the people that got the vaccination, you pretty much are going to guaranteed, and even the ones that didn't get the mRNA, I can assure you that the AstraZeneca and the other ones, they'll be coming back with their results, and they say, okay, we can get away. You can get away with doing once a year with ours or something. So in the meantime, there's a Canadian company here that's developing a new COVID vaccine that they said that hits the 100% mark. Our government gave them $22 million to set up manufacturing and get this thing on the go. So, hopefully that one will be once a year, and that'll be it. They'll just say, okay, no more Pfizer. You're going to switch over to that. Or Pfizer says, oh, we got a new one. Now we got version 4. Okay? This is how medicine has worked like forever. And I don't know if it's you millennial type people that are freaking out or something, but checking your history again. Okay? Yeah, we had to go quick this time. Okay, people? Because we're going to lose a lot of people. Yeah, there are risks, but there's risks. And when you go rescue somebody that's drowning in the water, is there a risk? Of course there is. Well, there's risks saving people. We need to save people. Okay? Anyway, thanks for coming. Okay? Please like, share, subscribe, dislike. Don't forget my videos are on YouTube and Rumble. I'm already monetized on Rumble because they don't play games like YouTube. And excuse me. And if you want to donate, it's buymeacoffee.com/ladfromthewoods. And all my other stuff is on cards at the end, like links to other sites, other channels and stuff, and other things I'm doing, because there's new things coming too. Okay, everyone, be lucky, be cool, and be good. And if you can't be good at being bad. See ya. Bye-bye.